Hello lovely people, welcome back to the farm at Freewarden. Last night we had a derecho come through, just the tail end of a derecho that it was a lot more powerful when it was going through South Dakota. By the time it got to us, it wasn't that bad, but still did a little bit of damage around here. So let's do a little walkabout, talk about what's been going on lately, and I'll show you the little bit of damage that took place here on the farm. We had a little bit of damage to the garden. As you can see right here, we've got some bachelor's buttons that they got all blown over there. We lost a good amount of this plant. This all got blown over, and it looks like that got ripped out completely. Looks like we're gonna lose one of our bell pepper plants. Yeah, it's a goner. Yep, it was even just barely connected by the outer skin of the stalk. Our dill plant broke off about 2/3 of the way up. The main stalk broke, so that's going to need to get cut off, and we can dry what's left of the dill flowers and everything up there, but still plenty of dill left. More of these bachelor buttons got blown over. The snapdragons aren't looking so hot here. It's a good thing that we had the broccoli tied to a post, because otherwise these may have blown out. I don't know. And our poor tomatoes. So Mrs. Freewarden's mom came by and took a look at these for us. She said it looks like these might have gotten touched by some spray, some chemical spray. And just before this happened, they did spray the field between the two buildings and just out there past the creek. They did spray that just before our tomatoes turned. So yeah, the shriveling up here looks like they may have gotten touched with some herbicide or pesticide or something, but they don't like it. It would have been herbicide. They were spraying for weeds, I'm pretty sure. And please don't mind the stuff we've got laying around here. We've got trash cans back there. Those are full of cans and stuff that we picked up from a hoarder's house. My brother and friend bought a house together to fix up, and they needed it cleaned out, so we went, they offered us all the cans we could load on a trailer. So we've got some over there and we've got some over on our big trailer. Probably about 30,000 cans altogether. So a nice little haul. No trees down that I could see, or that I have seen yet. Nothing ripped off our barn or any of our other buildings that I can see. A derecho, in case you don't know, is a land hurricane. It begins inland, you know, winds of 90 miles per hour or so, give or take, but when it actually hit us, it had slowed down quite a bit, so we didn't get the crazy winds. But I do know a friend of mine lost a tree on their property. It came with a lot of rain. We got a little bit of water in our basement, nothing to really speak of, a couple puddles that we could soak up with the wet vac. So we've got another problem though. Ever since we started putting the sheep in a paddock again, they have not been staying put, and it is frustrating me to no end. The frustration grows more and more every time they get out, because they're no longer getting out because they get bored. They're no longer getting out because they run out of feed, or because they run out of, anything really. The whole problem with them getting out has now come down to one thing, and it seems like that's our brown sheep's, our brown ram's horns. He gets them caught in this thing, and then he just takes off a running. And why wouldn't he? Because he's getting electrocuted. So that's too bad. Okay, good, it's not on. He gets down close to it. He gets it stuck in his horn, and then he starts, trying to get out. He starts freaking out, running around. Of course, this isn't, it's not super secure. So then he just starts running and rips it out of the posts, bends the posts. He rips it out of the, he broke a couple of the screw-in things that we wrapped the wire around to temporarily put it in there. Check this out. I mean, look at how much this has been loosened up. I mean, compared to the other side here, we'll zoom in and take a quick look over there. Look at how much tighter this side is, and it's even loosened up, but that happens after a couple of days. So that's a little bit loose, but this one's pretty tight yet. So how it's supposed to be versus what it is, these are two very different things today. Let me show you what happened though. Here's what I'm thinking happened. Bread got down near this end with his horns. He got caught up in this side here. And he took off just a running. And he wrapped it around this post, and he drug it out all the way over here. In the meantime, stretching the line, pulling more out of the reel down there at the end, pulling it through here, and ultimately, yeah, here's the evidence right here. See that? We've got bread colored wool there. So that's definitely him. Hey ducks. Where are you going, ducks? This is the young flock. They'll eventually merge with the older flock. They've just got to mature a little bit more. This is what the geese and the ducks do to the water that we put out here in the pool. They turn it black. Pretty nasty stuff. But we change this every day, sometimes twice a day. And it doesn't matter. They just come right back and make it black again. Or dark brown, muddy. Jeez. Just about killed myself there. Whew. Something's been getting in here and eating my trees. Something came in here and ate most of the leaves off this guy. Now he's growing some more here, but took the top right off it. Then we got this one. I don't know, that looks like insects ate that one. Oh boy. This one, this is what they're supposed to look like. And this one looks like it's doing good. It's got some new leaves up here that are gonna be unfurling. Does look like some insects have been eaten here and there, but for the most part, this one looks mostly like what it's supposed to. I think it was the geese or the sheep, or maybe the ducks. So this one's starting to branch out. It's looking pretty bushy. This one will make it. The top of this is gonna die, but the rest of this will make it. That's good. Well, back to our potential solutions with Bread, the horned ram, who keeps ripping the paddock electric line out. I'm not really sure what I want to do, but I do know I've got a couple options. Option number one, I can get rid of the only viable male I have to fertilize the females, and then I'd potentially have to get another male, but it would provide several days worth of food for my dogs. The other option is we separate him and Fred, who's out of commission at the moment, and isn't doing any breeding, though he's certainly giving Bread a rough time and not letting him just freely breed the females. We could take those 2 rams and we could put them down in the south pasture, isolate them down there so that they're not with the rest of the females. And that way, you know, we can't just put 1 down here because they would just go crazy. They're a herd animal that you have to have at least 2. So we put the 2 of them together down here. Maybe that allows me to work with Bread and tame him up a bit because he seems to be a little wild still. In the meantime, I gotta do something. We can't just have him down there tearing the fence out every time we put him in there. The question in my mind now is, do I butcher Bread? Which eventually he's gonna get butchered. It's gonna serve a purpose one way or the other. He's gonna breed or he's going to go in the freezer. He is breeding right now, but he's also messing up our paddock. And that's the problem with a horned ram. Many a time I've thought about just going out there, shooting him, and being over and done with it because I'm sick of it. I'm over it. Get rid of the horned ram, get a new ram maybe down the road or immediately, but one that I can't be sure is gonna be ready to breed this season right now. So we're kind of just trying to be patient and let Bread breed. He's been running around like, can't say that on YouTube. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. He is the only viable choice that we have right now to breed our females. I'd kind of like another lamb harvest yet this year. So what to do? We're just gonna let it set at the moment, but eventually I've got to choose one of those 2 options. And I just don't see a future for a horned ram on our property. It's just not realistic in any way, shape, or form the way that we're farming. I guess we got to get rid of Bread, which doesn't make me sad at all. He's a farm animal. He's livestock. This was the purpose of getting these lambs. He would have been butchered last year, but I just got so tired of butchering lambs that we kept him around, and it's turned out to be a good thing because now that our other ram is out of commission for the rest of this year, probably, we need another solution. So he can definitely service all those females down there, but we need to get our management practices tightened up around here and fix the big problem, which is a horned ram tearing the fence out. 90% or more of the garden is intact. Everything else is fine, so I'm very thankful. I feel very blessed, considering other people did have more damage than we did. That's about it, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us on a lazy Wednesday afternoon to take a look around at what happened after the big storm. Stay safe, go hug somebody. God bless you. Everything's gonna be okay. Peace.